everyone. Welcome again to my intentional parenting journey. It is happy to have you here with me. I always say this space is different. This space, this because it feels like we are having this. It feels like a living room for conversation where parents share raw, lived experience that reminds us that transformation is possible. It is doable. Welcome, everyone. If there is one thing I have learned, it is that it takes just one person obedient to shift nations. It takes one person's acceptance, one person's taking instruction to move, to shift nation. And that's what Coach Wendy has done. Her yes has become a bridge for all of us, for every one of us in this room, for me, for you to become. Her years have become a bridge for us to learn, for us to grow, and for us to parent with sense. Coach, my mama, thank you so much for standing in that assignment. I honor you personally, ma, because what she has done to my life, what Mama Wendy Ologe has done to my life, in fact, today is not for me. I can't even begin to mention. It is a lot, but today is not for me. Maybe one day I will tell the story, but for now, let's get to the reason why we are here. Today, I have a guest here, someone who wears many hats. Someone, she's not just a mom. She's not just a mom, she's a mom. She's not just a mom on this intentional parenting journey with us. Also a professional, chartered global talent analyst, and a founder of Avocado Virtual Solution. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Adaeze Obiegbu. Mrs. Adaeze, thank you so much. Thank you for being
Thank
here with
you.
us today. Thank you for
Thank you.
accepting to share your story. Thank you for accepting to come onto the stage, to take your time and share your journey with us. We're really, really grateful. Parents, as you're listening, please, I beg you. I don't know who remembered what Coach, is it Coach Debbie? Yes, it was Coach Debbie. Coach Debbie said how she learned about the Intentional Parents Academy inner circle space was because someone posted it on her WhatsApp status. You see how that went a long way for her. You see how that brought her to this place. If you're listening to me, I beg you, do me this favor. Don't hold information. Don't keep it to yourself. Share the link, at least on your WhatsApp status, on your social page. Don't copy that link back. Just it won't take you anything now. Please. Let's share the link, please. I beg you. You don't know who you might be changing their life today. Mrs. Adaeze, welcome, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you
Let's
very
start,
much.
let's start from the beginning. I want to
Okay.
know, let's start from the beginning of your story. How did you first come across the Inner Circle program? No, how did you, if it's coach will say, scratch that. No, how did you hear about the Intentional Parents Academy Inner Circle program? And what made you say yes to joining the Inner Circle program? Over to you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very, very much for the warm introduction and warm welcome. So my name is Adaeze, like you already said, and how I heard about CIP. I actually heard about CIP from in fact, I call her three in one. She's my sister, she's my mentor, she's my coach. So her name is Wurala Ubaka, and I'm actually standing in for her today. She is really amazing. And in fact, in the beginning, I wasn't really, as a new wife, because I was just newly married, newly a mom, I didn't really think I needed the parenting academy yet, because I didn't even have any kids. I'm like, this really information that I need. But when she told me join this inner circle, and I learned that Coach Wendy is not even teaching kids here; she's teaching us as parents. And there's a lot of things that I've learned in intentional parenting academy that I know that okay, this has brought me to self-reflection. It has made me look inward. A lot of things about my life, my patterns, my family life, things that I grew up with that I thought was normal. But as I came into adulthood, as I came into the academy, I learned that these things are not normal, and you have to work on them because you're traumatized. So yeah, It's Coach Wura. It's Coach Wura for me tomorrow, today, next year, 100 years from now. It's her, and she really changed my life by making me join this academy. And I really cannot thank her enough for this platform that she has added me on.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. You see how not holding always, I don't know, if you're transforming alone, you're moving alone, you are the only one moving, transforming, learning alone. To do you no good though. People around you
At
need to
all.
know about the inner circle program. People around you need to come into this group. People around you need to get this information. People around you need to hear the good things that is happening here. People around you need to hear your testimony. You see, that's amazing. It's how God always sends in the right people around us to bring us this information, and then it is for you to take. You know, but there is one thing about information. It is one thing for somebody to inform you about, oh, this is what is happening, though, and this thing have already changed my life. Because I mean, the Intentional Parents Academy, the Inner Circle program, is not just for you. It's a long span something. It's something that goes beyond you alone. It's something that changes everybody around you. And somebody learns about this information and they come to you to tell you. It is one thing for you to learn about the information, and it's another thing for you to run with the information. When your normal is not on that normal, you now say, no, I want to become better of myself. I want to run with this information. This is what this person is saying, and then you hear it. Is this something that can change my life? If it's actually doable, if this person have actually gone through that way and it worked for them, why not? Why can't I? You see, thank you so much for sharing that. Then, we want to know about your consistency. We want to know how long you've been in the inner circle program and what has kept you. That one thing that has kept you rooted in the inner circle program, in the Intentional Parents Academy inner circle program. Over to you. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So I have been in the inner circle for, let's say, a year now. It's not up to a year, but I joined with the December/2025 cohort 1L. And consistency, like you said, it is a big part of the community. And my business. I started my business not too long ago, and so many things that I've learned from the academy, I've also, put in my business, because you see consistency, you see discipline, and the fact that you need structures in your business, and you need structures at home, because you cannot give out to people what you don't have at home. So these are things that you need to know, that okay, I have to start doing these things in my house. I need to start putting structure for my kids. I need to be intentional about bringing them to Christ, intentional about the children that they go around. And that's what I love about my coach, Wura. Wura said that if your kids are going to be coming around my kids, then you have to be an intentional parent, because she's doing the work on her kids, and then she comes around other kids that their parents are not doing the work, and then it's like, undoing what you have done. And so she makes sure that all of us that are around her kids, our own kids, or us as well, are also intentional parents. So consistency, and like you said, the fact that you cannot keep good things to yourself, right? Even though in the Bible says you cannot keep a lamp under a basket. You have to shine your light for people to see. And that's one thing I've also learned. I've learned that, see, you cannot keep what you know how to do to yourself. You have to sell yourself, put yourself out there. And the fact that also the cohorts are communities, right? I've had some clients, I've had some conversations with women that have been in marriage longer, women that have been in parenthood longer. And I've seen that, okay, this journey might seem a bit overwhelming, but there are people that are doing it, and they are doing it well. And I want to be with these people. I want to be like these people. And so these are the things that have kept me. These are the things that have made me consistent, and have also helped my own personal life.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, ma'am. Thank you so much. That was amazing. You see how powerful that. Ma, I don't want to ask you a question. Are you connected to
Okay.
two? This to be echoing from your end.
Come again.
Are you connected to two devices? Like I'm getting echo from your end. Are
No,
you
I'm
connected?
not actually.
All right.
No, I'm not.
But are you on earpiece? Is there something?
Yes, I'm on the microphone. I can take it off now. Can you hear me better?
Yes, I can hear you better. The microphone is all right. Thank you so much. If
No
you're just
problem.
joining us and you're just listening, you're hearing Mrs. Adaeze share her transformation, share her journey through the Inner Circle program. And then she says, you cannot find the light and keep it to yourself. You will need to share it around you, just like Mrs. Wura did. She said, if your children are going to be coming around my children, if we're going to be family, if we're going to be connected, then you will need to drink from where I drink from the light, from where I type my light, from where I get my transformation from. And you see, that's how powerful this can be. And she said she have been able to be consistent. She have seen that it really works. And then she have been able to stay rooted in the community. She's seen that it's actually working, and then she have tapped from the community. She have seen that the Inner Circle program is actually working. It's not a one-time thing. It's not a one-time event. Once you start experiencing growth and you say, I'm going to stay here, and then you are going to implement, you see it as you go on, and then you stay consistent. You see it as you go on, you see that it just transcends, it just moves, and the magic just starts happening. Thank you so much for sharing that, ma'am. That's so powerful. And then, ma, please let us know. You've sat in so many Inner Circle webinars. You've sat in so many trainings. We want to know if you can share with us if you had like let's say you we want you to pick out the top three webinars that have changed everything for you in the Inner Circle training, Inner Circle webinar, which was the three top webinars that made the game changer for you. Thank you so much.
Okay. This question is a very difficult question, no, because it's hard to pick and choose. I cannot even tell you lies. And the thing about every webinar every Thursday is that there is something different that you're going to encounter. There sometimes I listen to Coach talk and I start crying. That sometimes I listen to Coach talk, I just go inside my room and I want to just be alone, because I'm like, as human beings, it's very easy to not want to look inward, not want to self-reflect on your patterns and your habits and things that you know that you do, right? And it's also easy to look at other people and point out these things that you don't want to point out in your own self. So for the top webinars, I think the webinar about healing your inner child, it was a webinar that really broke me. It really made me learn a lot of things. The fact that I was not someone that liked to ask for help. Never. In fact, I would rather do it myself. And Coach taught us that there's nobody that is an island. As a human being, as human beings, we are made as communal creatures. We need other people. I learned how to ask for help. Now, self, I will take my child to go and drop them my mother-in-law or my sister-in-law, because people should help me and hold you for a while. Because that is why you have family. That's why you have a community. You need to ask for help. That's one thing I learned. Another thing that I've learned is that you see kids rivalry, like rivalry between siblings. I need to position myself in a place that I'm not standing in as a referee when kids are fighting. In as much as right now, it's not something that I am putting into practice, but it is something that I have saved in the archives of my head. So that tomorrow, if my sons start fighting or one thing or the other, I know how to follow it on, as opposed to what I grew up with or grew up around, right? Where if you're fighting, you have to settle it yourself. If you're fighting, it's really not their business. And then because you're the older one, I'm the first. My name is Adaeze, obviously. When you're the first, you have to take everybody's wrong. So whether you're right, whether you're wrong, you are right. You're wrong, right? If you hit somebody, you're wrong. If you don't hit somebody, you're wrong. If you say what you want to say, you're wrong. So I learned all this, and I learned that the fact that you're the first child does not mean that you should be a parent, right? You're also a child, and you have to go back to that child and heal that child. And that's what I have been trying to do, what I've been doing since I've been joining these webinars. And then the third webinar, I think it has to do with the financial literacy webinar, where we're taught how to teach our kids financial independence. That's another thing that really, what's the word? It really made me sit back and ask myself that, Haba, these are things that I have a child in next 10 years, in 15 years, 20 years, there are ideas that he's going to bring, that is going to make him money. How can I help him bring out this inner gifts that God has given to him, because God has put in all of us different gifts. He has put in all of us peculiar things that we can do. So as parents, well, our job is to try to bring it out of your child and make them thrive and feel confident in their skin. Raising a boy that I don't have to bail out, raising a girl with sense. These are webinars and books that are almost, as I've read them, I'm like, my mind is, if I'm talking about it now again, my mind is already blown again. So it's not even easy for me to say this one or this one. All of them have changed my life. But these ones I mentioned now are the ones that stand out. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love how specific those your choices were. The webinars. Karen, did you hear that? These webinars, she just they are not just lectures. Oh. They are the practical things that you could immediately apply and you just see things happening, just see the changes. That's why so many families are being transformed. Just one session, one webinar. That's why you must not miss any webinar at the Inner Circle program. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on, I will want to know, you are a professional person and you do business, and now I would want to know how being in the Inner Circle has spilled over into your career and your business life. We want to hear your transformation. We want to hear how the Inner Circle have done all the magic. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Well, one thing that everybody needs to know is that me, I'm a work in progress, right? Everybody is a work in progress. And I am not speaking from a place of, okay, I have figured it all out. I'm speaking from a place of, I know that I could do better and I am consistently doing better every day. And that's one thing that I've learned, or one thing I've learned from both the Inner Circle and particularly my coach, Wura. I watch her parenting because she's my sister. I watch her business too. She has two businesses she's running simultaneously. And when I see these things, I'm like, these are things that I can do too. And it's even better for me because I'm younger, like I'm way younger. I am new in business, I'm new in motherhood. So it's like I have the added advantage that I get to learn these things before I need to start implementing them into my kids because they're still trying to grow up, right? And when it comes to my business, consistency, discipline, and also my confidence. Trust me, if you had met me like last year, I would have told her that I don't think I can do it because I do not like I do not like camera on my face. I don't like talking to cameras. I don't even like talking to people. I always thought that I was an introverted person. My personality, I want to be inside. I don't want to show myself. But it has taught me that look, you have to be confident. You're beautiful. You are smart. You can do it all. You can do it all and you can do an amazing job with God by your side. That's another thing. I love how coach makes sure that at the end of the day, we are falling back on our maker because he is the author and the finisher of our faith. There is nothing that you can do, both parenting, both business, both personal life, that you can do without his help. So it has also helped my journey with God. And once your journey with God is more consistent, more personal, everything in your life sort of just falls into place. So it has really helped me with consistency. In fact, watching Wura, most times when I have, business is not easy. And sometimes I'm like, I don't think I want to continue. And sometimes I'm so frustrated. And I call her and I'm like, sis, I want to go back to a 9 to 5. And she'll tell me, stay there. Still keep doing what you are doing. One day it's going to work out. One day it's going to be better. One day you're building something. And yes, I'm building something. And these are things that I have watched her. She's the first daughter too. She's the first daughter too. So I've watched her and I've seen in real time and I've seen that this is helping my business. I can say for a fact that now I'm more confident. I can make this, I can do videos now. I'm more confident. I can speak in public speaking settings. I can talk to people. I can give advice now from a place that I am now better informed. Because before I tell myself that, look, I'm not good enough to give you this kind of advice because I don't think I am even in a place where I can even give myself that kind of advice. But now I can. I'm in a more informed place. I'm in a better place. And that's because of the Intentional Parenting Academy.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that. That was golden. I don't know if anyone catch what she said. She said The inner circle program have kept her consistent. Even the days she don't feel like going, even the days she don't feel like pushing, even the days she don't feel she could do it. Watching someone, watching someone push you. Sometimes what we just need is just that little nudge. Watching someone you could emulate from, and then looking at where you are, the community where you are committed to. It goes a long way. It goes a long way to grow both you and your business. It spills into every other areas of your life, your leadership, your business, your relationship. The inner circle doesn't just shape you as a parent, it equips you as a whole, as a person. It equips everything you are everything that you do, your business, every aspect of your life. And that is so powerful. Thank you so much for our listeners who are just joining us. This is my intentional parenting journey where we have Miss Adaeze sharing her powerful transition, sharing her powerful transformation through the inner circle program. And her story so far has been so powerful, so golden. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on, please. I want you to share with us, what is one practical tool or system from the inner circle that you now use daily in your parenting, that you now apply as you move on, as you journey through your parenting? Over to you, ma.
It's a lot. So, when you say I should say one or I should say three, I have a lot that is flooding in my head. But if there's one thing I'll say, it is words. I've learned that you should always be positive in any situation. Your mindset, your thought process, the words you speak, they have to be positive. There are sometimes I'll talk to my sister, I'll tell her, sister, I'm broke, or I'm just working, no money. She will say, stop saying these things. There are you should not utter, no matter the situation, don't utter negativity on no account for no reason. And that's one thing that I'm trying to learn, because like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm trying to learn. If I see this is negative, I will try. I will look for the good part of it. I will look for the positive part of it that I need to point out, right? And even if there's nothing else, there's nothing there that's positive, I will speak it into fruition. I will speak it into reality. I will speak good things only. No matter the situation, no matter what is happening, I only speak good things. And this is one thing that I have learned. Good things into my life, good things into my business, into my husband, into my kids, no matter how frustrating it can be for me as a woman or as a person. I always know that I need to speak positivity, because what you say with your mouth, your words are what become flesh and what become things. So that's one thing I've learned, that look, anything you're doing, no matter how things are, you have to speak good things. You have to speak positively. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was so powerful. Positive affirmation. That's exactly what the inner circle does to you. It shows you that it's not just a motivational talk. It is something that you could apply and it works for you. It is something that you say and you tell yourself, yes, it does work. Sometimes you don't even need people to come and tell you a lot of, just tell yourself, be positive, be enthusiastic about this journey, and you see it transcend. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on, ma, I would want to know, please share with us, how has the inner circle impacted your relationship at your home, in your marriage, or even in other areas of your life? How has the inner circle shaped your relationship with people you come across, your marriage, your home, your parenting? Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So this is a very good question, and I have already made some instances on it before, and that is the fact that growing up, I was a very reserved young lady, and I don't know if that is how I was born or if that is how I was shaped into. Sometimes you don't really know these things, right? But growing up, I always shut myself out. When I came into the real world, I left my parents' house, came for service, started, meeting people. I was just not that person that I can open myself up emotionally to you. And I don't want you to do it to me either. Most time people come to me with their issues, I'm like, look, I'm not a therapist. Go to a paid therapist and talk to a paid therapist, because I cannot give you therapy, right? But when you now learn that you need to be warm, you need to be affectionate, you need to be understanding to what other people are going through. And it also helped my relationship with my siblings, because as a first, you're like up there. They have all these expectations from you. They have all these, they just put you in one pedestal. And, most times parents unknowingly do that severity between the first child and their other kids because they feel like you should be like a parent. And so you don't even have an opportunity to be a kid with your siblings. And so most of the time, the only interactions I had with my siblings was, instruction based. How far, do this, do that, don't do that, don't do this. We never had that emotional connection, especially me and my sister. And we used to fight a lot, even though we're like the two, we're like, next to each other. We used to fight like a lot. And that's because I never had an emotional connection with her. She used to try a lot, like trying to make that emotional connection, but I just didn't know how to. Even in relationships, even in my marriage, my husband can tell you that I am a better person now. I was no communication. You do me this, I will keep it in my mind. I will not say anything. But I'm learning that, look, you need to talk. You need to, break things out. You need to say how you feel, because that's how you can actually heal both your inner child and your adult self. That's the only way that you can move on. So I'm learning all these things. I always say I'm a work in progress. There are some days that it's like I'm not really doing what I say I want to do, but there are also some days that I give myself a pat on the back, like, okay, you're doing a really good job. So it has really helped my communication. It has helped my personality as well, in the sense that when I meet people, I want to ask for help, and I also want to offer help in return. I'm not an island. My family is not an island either. So I'm really learning. I'm learning from new moms. I'm making friends. I didn't have any friends before. If it's not business, if it's not work, we don't have anything to talk about. But now I'm starting to make friends. I'm starting to have meaningful connections with other people, other women, other moms, other business women. And I can tell you for a fact that this is a better place than where I was before. Thank you.
Wow, that was so powerful. You are not allied. You need to connect. You must learn to connect. And she said, I am a work in progress. That was so strong. That was so powerful. And parents, did you hear that? Sometimes delay is not just your hesitation, oh, but the truth is, our children's future is worth more than the hesitation today. Why don't you start to build it now before it's too late? You know that first daughter's thing. You must let me tell you, connection is paramount in all you do, in your business, in your marriage, in whatever you do. If you don't learn to connect, she was just the way that she's always there. No, I don't want to connect because she don't want trouble because of her experience. And let me tell you, you are here, you're listening to me, you are hearing my voice. You've not registered for dealing with siblings rivalry, and this course is not for my children and have not started fighting. They are not fighting yet. They don't have to fight. It might just be little disagreement here and there, and then there is rivalry. Or they are not. They don't have to start fighting for you to learn how to handle these situations. I wish our parents knew better, but now there is better. Why don't you pick it and equip yourself? Pick all this information. Pick them. Equip yourself. Know how to prevent things before it even happen. It doesn't have to happen. It doesn't, and nobody deserves to carry this whole experience. Nobody deserves to carry this whole baggage alone on themselves. First daughter, first Ada. Thank you so much. That was so powerful, ma. Learn people. I don't know, parents. I don't know who is listening to me, who is hearing my voice. Don't wait until start building now. Thank you so much. That was so powerful, ma. Please moving on, ma. I want to. If a parent is here and they are wondering, is the inner circle really worth it? I am so busy. How am I supposed to cope with joining the inner circle? How am I supposed to deal with the inner circle? How am I supposed to stand in front of it? I'm still trying to handle my business. I'm still trying to push my business. I'm still trying to pay attention to my business. And sometimes I don't even have the courage to continue, just like you mentioned earlier. Sometimes I don't even have the courage to continue to push further. And then I'm not paying attention to a community where I need to be consistent, where I need to be accountable. How am I supposed to juggle it, or how am I supposed to pick it, or how am I supposed to be doing it? Please, ma, I would want you to share with them how you've been able to how you've been able to put things in order, how you've been able to move it one step at a time. Over to you, ma. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. So this, anything that is good and anything that is worth doing properly. The inner circle is not just a community, right? it is a close-knit community. There's a difference between the both. But you have to reach out for that connection. Trust me, anything that you feel like you're going through, there are so many women in our different cohorts that can not only relate but have gone past them, and they can share their testimony with you and tell you that this thing, you can get past it, you can grow out of it if you're intentional about it. Intentionality is the head and tail of everything. If you want to get something done, it's going to get done. I know that, yes, your schedule sometimes with the kids and all, but if you're in the inner circle, you will learn that there are structures that you can use that will make it not just easy, but easy for you to delegate, easy for you to constitute, and easy for you to put into practice, right? So let me tell you what I do. And in fact, this is something that my sister taught me too. Let me just say it. You don't have to be, maybe in the beginning part, right? You don't have to be all in. You don't have to be conversing every minute, but make sure you're listening to the daily voice notes. When you're driving, when maybe you start well before you pray or after you pray, sometimes just play it in the background while I'm having team meetings or sorts. Just listen to it. Trust me, no person will tell you, say, I need to continue listening to this woman. That's it. And once it clicks, once she pinches you because Coach Riley is very good at pinching people. Once she pinches you where you know that you needed to be pinched, that's all. Nobody needs to push you anymore. You will be the one that will be going to that group 4 a.m. to go and see what is happening. You will be the one waiting for Thursday. You will be the one waiting to see the next article or next book that coach is putting out there. You just need to just open your mind. Just open your heart to the fact that, okay, let me try this. It's like a relationship. You go into a relationship, you say, okay, let me try. Whether it works or it does not work, or you put your best. So if it doesn't work, you move on. So it's the same thing that applies here. Just start. One voice note a day. Read people. Sometimes reading other people's testimonies is even what can change your life. It's what changed my life. Like, I remember there was one video that was posted, and it was a girl that was talking to her mom and telling her that, look, you don't communicate with me. And she wasn't happy about it. And then it took me back to my own relationship with my own mom, right? And how most of the time it was like, I didn't have that personal relationship. I was just always trying to do things right so that I point my parents. I was always trying to do things right because so that I was not falling back from what I was expected to do, because I had a lot of responsibilities growing up. I had 3 siblings I was raising for my parents because I had working class parents. I had to still figure out how I could do school, and I cannot lie, I was failing in school. So just start. That's it. Start. Those voice notes, just if that is the only thing that you can do, those voice notes, the weekly webinars, just start with it. Read other people's testimonials. I read some people's testimonials that was exactly my story. That was exactly my relationship with my mother. And then I went back and asked myself that if somebody else is going through this and she's able to express it in a way that now she's in a better place and she's talking about it from a place of, I have moved on and I am better, then I can do the same. And it's working for me. So just start. It is in fact, it is way more value packed than the price. I can tell you that for fact. It is a community. Stick with the community. Accountability with everybody. It is a place where just be there. Just be there. Just talk to people. Sometimes I just randomly DM some ladies that I see their testimony and I'm like, Ma, this thing you said, I can relate to it too. How did you move on? And they will laugh, and they're so nice too. Just have to reach out for that connection. And these are lifelong, meaningful connections that can change your life. Coach!
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Oh, John, thank you so much for coming. I've been listening. I just wanted to pop in. Please go on.
I have actually done. I'm actually done with the question that she asked. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yes, Saji, please go on.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Did you hear Mrs. Adaeze? She said, just that there is this knowledge you can never get until you are inside. There is this depth of knowledge, depth of information. She said it might be just one story, it might be one testimony another Yada shared, and she picked it, and it's the game changer for her. It is for her. It might be that voice note, it might be the wisdom note. You all those things. It's not some things. It doesn't require anybody sitting you down and teaching you. There are the things you just, as you journey through, as you are consistent, as you're rooted in the community, you see them, you pick it, and you run with them. It just changes everything. It just transforms you. It just changes your story. It just transforms your journey, your parenting journey. It just does the magic for you. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was so powerful, ma. Now, please, I would want you to share with us, our listeners. They are waiting and they want to know the inner circle. We have a whole lot of it. Can you share with us the three top books that have transformed your life and why they transformed your life? Over to you, ma. Thank you so
Hmm.
much.
you. Sex educate like a pro. Sex education very important. You know, a lot of African parents. In fact, I was telling my husband the other day that I do not think my parents ever sat me down to have the B. What do they call it? B and what's conversation like sex education. I don't think we ever sat down together like one on one and had a conversation like that. So it was actually a problem. Like, okay, when I become a mom, how can I teach this? Or am I just going to ignore it and hope that they figure it out at some point? Right? That's one. So it's a book that is not just going to help you understand sex, it's also going to help you understand how to properly and what's the word? Age like
Great.
teaching certain age grades. It's not everything. You know what you tell an 18-year-old that you tell a 7-year-old. So it teaches you how to teach it to your kids, no matter their level, and they understand, right? And then having a boy you don't have to bail out. Also another very amazing
Great.
article or book, because read, because most times, as young women, Gen Z, we come out and we meet young men and we're like, who raised this person? You're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, young people, and in a marriage of like, let's say, first 5 years, you see yourself, you're like raising another person's grown child. You're picking up after him, you're cleaning up after him, and you're like, why is this like this? Is it that when they were growing up, they only raised one gender and did not raise the other gender? So I have learned that, see, and God now help me, I have 2 boys now. I've learned that, see, you're not a boy that I have to bail out. You're going to be a well-rounded gentleman, both in the house, both outside, both in your interactions with women, interactions with other men, all around. And then having a daughter with sense is another book that even me too, I had to ask myself some questions like, Adaeze, are you sure you have sense? Because there's something because there's some things that I have allowed. There's some things that I have taken as a person. So I don't look like a bad person. So that I get somebody's love, I get somebody's affection. That it should not be the case. So it has not only taught me that if you're having sons, you have to raise well-rounded gentlemen. It has not taught me that I have to raise a daughter that is so independent and so self-secure in herself that no external validation is what she's not going to need any external validation. Anyone that's coming from outside is just Jara. She's so confident in herself, in what she can do, in what she can say, in what she can achieve, that she doesn't need somebody outside to tell her. She knows it in herself. And so these are things that I learned when I joined the Parenting Academy, and it would have helped me a lot if I knew these things before. And that's why I'm happy for my kids, because they are not even grown yet, and it's already down for them. So
Okay.
yes.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. That was so amazing. Did you hear Mrs. Adaeze? She said this. Most times you don't even need to sit down for any webinar, for any course. You just go through these books. They are very important. They are the things that will transform, that will change, that will make the name for you. Look at them. Amazing read. The Sex Educate. It has 4 volumes. We have volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3, and then we have volume 4. These books, are what you need most times. She said she's lucky, she's happy her children are still young. As she's reading them, she's they are getting the information that is necessary to equip our children. We wish our parents know these things, oh, but they don't. Now that we've come into this space, you don't have to keep quiet, you don't have to stay calm. Pick them, implement, go through these books, read them. They are the tools that will make the name for you. They are the tools that will change your stories. Did you hear me? Did you hear Mrs. Adaeze? And if you're just joining us, this is my intentional parenting journey, Mrs. Adaeze, sharing her powerful testimony, sharing her powerful journey of how the inner circle has made the transformation for her, of how the inner circle have spread through her business, her personal life, her whole life, her marriage, and these beautiful reads are what she just mentioned that changed her story for good. Thank you so much, Ma, for sharing that story. Ma, please, I would
Thank
want to
you.
hear from you. We have parents who are listening and they said, I'm still figuring it out. I mean, I'm just, my parents didn't learn how to parent, and definitely I don't need to go and learn how to parent from anywhere. I love my children, and that's just what is necessary. And I'm sure with time my children are going to get better and I will get better. Please, Ma, I would want you to share to this audience, to these people, to these listeners, my amazing listeners who are listening, who are hearing you, how you've put intentionality into this, how the training, the inner circle program has made the change for you, and why it is important for them to equip themselves, for them to come into this space, for them to take this training, for them to pick it, and for them to work with it. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. So one thing that I would say is that parenting is the greatest anointing that you as a human being are put on earth to do. And if you don't get it right, you are affecting a whole generation. A lot of things that we're encountering in our society today is because it goes down to that basic union. It goes down to that basic family life. How were they raised? How were they parented? So you cannot afford to get it wrong. Because trust me, God is going to ask us, like, I gave you X amount of children. What did you do with these kids? It's like the people, it's like the servants in the Bible that God gave talents. God has put this in our hands. It is a ministry. You have to take it very seriously because you have to be accountable to God at some point. You have to raise children that are not going to be a liability to society. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come back to you as the parents. So parenting is not something that you're going to be doing on vibes. Nah, you have to be intentional about it. And one thing that people, in fact, me too, one thing that I misunderstood or misconstrued before I joined the inner circle is that it is teaching you just how to parent. No, it's teaching you how to be a better version of yourself for your kids. Because you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot teach what you don't know. You cannot give values that you don't uphold. So this community is more for you as a parent. It's more for you as an individual first, before your kids. Because if you are a well-rounded individual, if you are an emotionally stable, financially stable, business-wise stable person, you are by far going to do a better parenting job than somebody that's just, I love my kids. Love is never enough, even in marriage. Love is never enough, even in your family. There's always something that you have to give. You have to be intentional about doing a good job with raising your kids, because it is not a joke. The same way you don't play with your business, the same way you don't play with your with going to church, the same way you should never play with raising your kids, never play with parenting your kids. There are so many little things that I have picked up in this academy that I have told myself that, if I did not know these things, definitely I would have passed this down to my children. Unknowingly, unknowingly, down to the way you talk, the way you dismiss them, the way you dismiss their emotion because they are kids, they can go and sit down, all these things. You now grow up to have children that are constantly trying to win people's validation, going out of their way to buy love, going out of their way to buy attention, because that is because you make them feel like they have to buy this attention from you. But at the end of the day, it's not about the attention. It's about you showing them that you love them, that you care about them, these are things that you have to learn. You have to learn that. Hello?
I
Network
can hear you,
is
yes, loud
losing.
and clear, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I don't know. It just went off. So what I'm just saying at the end of the day is parenting is not something that you should take lightly. Love is not enough. There are so many things that you have to unlearn, and many things that you have to relearn to be the parent that your child needs today. And it is just all in one encompassing the inner circle, and that is all you need. That is the only thing that you need to be that parent that your child needs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma. Did you hear Mrs. Adaeze? She said, you are a co-creation with God. It is one impact you are called to fulfill, and then if you fail it, if you fail on it, what would you answer to God? You are a parent and you lack knowledge. How are you going to parent your children? Yes, love is powerful, no doubt. But a parent that loves her children without the knowledge to parent her children will still hurt them. They will still be damaged. You see children seeking validation up and down. They are hurt. They are seeking validation. They are moving up and down without no knowledge because the parent who is parenting them, a child is learning from the parents, and then you're not modeling to them, you're not teaching them, you lack the knowledge, the basic knowledge to parent your children. What are you doing? How are you fulfilling that purpose? And this is why the inner circle is a place for you. Ma, I would want to know, please, before I let you go, we'll be rounding up soon. What would you tell the parents in diaspora who may think that the inner circle, I mean, it's for people in a particular region, it's for people that maybe in Nigeria who needs, who takes parenting more, they need it more serious. It's not for people in the diaspora, it's not for people in some region, it's not for people in the Western place. Please, I would want you to tell them what makes the difference through the inner circle program. Thank you so much, ma. Over to you.
Thank you. Ha. Anywhere in the face of the earth that you are, you need intentional parenting. Anywhere you're in Nigeria, you're out of the country, diaspora, overseas, wherever. As long as you have kids, it's not even just kids. As long as you have people that look at you as a model, look at you as a yardstick for them to grow, then you have to work on your own self, right? So it's not reserved for a particular set of people. It is for everybody, both moms, both dads, both step parents, both grandparents. Everybody needs to understand that parenting is an intentional journey, and you have to take it personally. You have to carry it on your head like your market, because it's your children. They are your legacy, and you do not want a bad legacy. Because at the end of the day, especially as mothers, even when we're growing up, something you will do, they will say, what was your mother doing? Your mother did not raise you, your mother did not do this one, your mother did not do this one. So that's how it is at the end of the day. People in the diaspora even need it more, because in Nigeria there are still some things that are reservations that protect us, protect our kids. But over there, it is more flexible, right? And so you need to know these things, know how to follow it. Coach also taught us that it is not necessary to be hitting children. I will not lie to you, they used to beat me shege, me and my siblings. And we thought that it is normal. We thought that it is how it should be. If you love a child, you have to beat the child. If you love a child, you have to correct the child. But I've learned that, that's not how it is. You don't have to, your children don't have to fear you. In fact, because the truth is, my brother, they beat my brother so much that he didn't even care anymore. Like, he's like, I'm gonna do this, all you're gonna do is beat me. And that's how it was. And it wasn't healthy. So I have also learned that, yeah, in the diaspora, yes, you're not allowed to hit kids like it is in Africa, but there's still ways you have to learn that at the end of the day, you still have to discipline your children. You still have to teach your children. So you people in this diaspora are the ones that need the parenting academy, because it's easy to lose touch with your kids. It's easy to lose the connection with your children because of how the society is. So yes, everybody needs intentional parenting wherever you are.
Thank you so much. Everybody needs intentional parenting wherever you are, whether you are in the diaspora, you are in Nigeria, wherever you are. You need to equip yourself to raise your children from any region, from any part of the world you are. our amazing listeners are picking it. And if you're learning, if you're listening, please put it on the comment section. Say, I'm learning, I am listening, I'm picking it. Because I mean, you can't be here and you won't say that you've not seen something that you could apply today, or something that you heard from Mrs. Adaeze that you're going to internalize, that will make a name for your journey, that will make a change for your parenting process, that will make a change for your parenting journey. Because off shift share today is a lived in experience, a raw practical tools, practical information that you could apply. In the diaspora, she said they even need it more there. And you are here, you are still wondering, no, I don't need it. I don't beat my children. Yes, a lot of people have realized that because you are in the diaspora, you don't beat children, because it's already like a fixed a fixed law. So they don't beat their children. If you speak, they're like, no, I don't beat my children. I'm in diaspora. I'm getting it fine. My children are speaking good. Yes. One woman said, they are speaking filtered English. I don't need to do training for parenting. I don't need it. I think I'm fine. I'm okay. I hope you are listening and you can hear and you have seen that without knowledge, you can't do this. Speaking English is not alone. It's not a good reason alone for you to say, you're doing well in your parenting. Thank you for sharing that, ma'am. Ma'am, please, before I let you go, I would want you to share with my amazing my amazing listeners, sorry. I would want you to share with our parents who are still on the fence, who are still asking, do I come to the YouTube, I see these videos. I'm following Coach Wendy on Instagram, I'm following her on Facebook. One woman shared to me saying, I've been following Coach Wendy on Facebook, on Instagram for past 5 years now. I think I'm good. I've been following this information. I've just done one course in the academy. I think I'm okay. Oh, I don't need the inner circle. What did you people call it again? Is it the inner circle? I don't need it. Do you think? Please share with me what I can do. Now I'm seeing my daughter is this, my daughter is doing that. People who are still on the fence, that's what I call them. They are there. They think following Coach Wendy is enough for them to say they are intentional parents. Please, ma'am, can you tell these people what it is paramount, what is so important, why they need the program? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So what you said, I think you've already said it all, because following coach, watching coach's videos is the tip of the iceberg. Don't you want to have the full package? It's like when somebody sends you a sample of a new product and you like the product, what do? You buy the product. So that's it. You cannot just stick to sample. You cannot just stick to, because let's be honest, right? It is like night and day when you come into
All right. Wow.
the
Network. I
inner
can't start by. Okay.
circle. Okay, so what I was saying is, don't you want to get the full package? Seeing the video, seeing the social media, no, that's not it though. That is like 1% of what you can actually be getting from the inner circle. It is just the preface. So if you know that you want to be the parent that God has ordained you to be, you want to be an intentional parent, then you have to be intentional about joining the inner circle. That is the gospel truth. Because we cannot come here and tell you everything that we are seeing with our eyes. We cannot come and tell you everything that we are learning every week, every day, every hour. No, you are the one that has to see it with your two koro eyes by yourself. And that is by joining the inner circle. I can promise you that you are getting your value. You're getting your money's worth times 100. It is a 1 year it is a 1 year community. That is 12 months. That's a lot of weeks, a lot of days, a lot of hours that will change your life for good. So trust me, social media, watching one video, reading one book, that's just the tip of the iceberg. And trust me, you want to get the full package. You want to get everything.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Did you hear Mrs. Adaeze? She said, you are there. Why are you still on the sideline? Why are you thinking joining Coach Wendy joining us just on the Tuesday live, watching our clips, our video is enough for you. Why don't you want to get the full package? Why not just get involved? Why not just come in? Why not just decide to bring yourself? Just bring yourself with your humility, Abada, because let me not go there. Let me not go there because people that are not here that's now they will be they will be thinking I've come for them. They will be thinking that I've come to tackle them. But what she's saying is, come in, come in, bring yourself in. Stop being on the sideline. Come and drink from the wealth of wisdom. Come and see the difference from parenting, from anyhowness to doing it better. Because it can always be better. Why not try to be better? Why not try to do it better? Why not try to do it the right way? Why not come in into this space? Oh, you have even seen that there is a space. So you have even seen that there is a place where they teach parenting. You have even seen that there is something happening here. There is testimonies happening. You've even seen that it is working. You've seen it doable. You've heard parents share their journey. You've seen parents. You've seen our testimony. We share it everywhere. It is just a lot to get through. And then you keep seeing this information and you keep seeing it and you keep coming across it. Why not decide to come in? Why not decide to be inside that community where women, where parents, where fathers are going through this training, where they are applying and it is working, it is doable, it is working. You hear this from them. Thank you so much for sharing that. We really appreciate you, ma'am. Ma'am, please, I would want to know before I let you go, what is that one thing you would like to say to my listeners? What would you want to leave us here today? What is that one line message? What is that one powerful information you want to share with us before you run away? Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you.
One thing. You know, when you say one thing, my head is like all over the place. But one thing I've learned is if you do the work from inward, every other thing falls into place outward, right? If you work on yourself as a mom, as a dad, as a person, it's not just your children that will benefit from you being an intentional parent. The people around you too will benefit. You as a person, you will benefit. Because when you come back to some situations that you handle differently before you join the inner circle, when you see those situations again, you now see that your outlook on life, your outlook on that problem is completely different. One thing that I learned from my sister is that when something doesn't go your way, as a child, I know they are throwing tantrums and they're crying. She will say, "You'll be all right." And then when I joined the inner circle, and I heard Coach Randy always saying, "You'll be all right, you'll be all right." when my sister says that to her kids, and I'm like, "Sis, do something now." She's like, "Ada, they'll be fine." And the truth is that they always come out fine. At the end of the day, they figure it out. So that's it. That's it. If you work on yourself first, every other thing is added advantage. Every other thing is easier, it's seamless, it's better. Because once you're a better version of yourself, everybody around you is going to be happy to be around you. When I was talking about my personality before, I didn't have a lot of friends because people always said that my energy was too serious for them. I don't like smiling. I don't like talking. Before you will bring that conversation out of me, you know that it is very, very, very important. And people like just avoided me. They're like, "This girl is she's not nice. This girl is she's not accepting. She's not warm." And I'm like, I'm happy. I was good. I can't lie. It was okay for me. But when I joined the parenting academy, and I realized that this is not how life is. So you will fall if you want to do everything by yourself. You will fall. Even in my business, when I started my business, I was trying to do everything. I was doing admin, I was doing sales, I was doing this, I was doing that one. I learned that, you have to delegate. You have to let other people do something so you can also handle some things that are more important. So at the end of the day, the journey starts with you. It starts inward. And from inward, it will come outward, because out of the belly comes out waters, flowing waters. So that's it. It starts with you. So you have to love yourself so much that you tell yourself that I want to invest in myself. Invest in yourself in this parenting academy. Make yourself a better person. And everything in your life is going to fall in place in a positive light. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for being with us here today. Thank you for taking your time to share your practical learning, what
Thank
you've
you.
applied and have worked for you. She said, be the light, step through that light, be the one to spread the light around you. Come into the space. She said from inside out, it will just shine. It will just keep shining. That's one thing. Or that's one sweet, powerful thing about seeing yadas. When you see yadas, you see them. They do this parenting with ease. Like there is no, it is not fight. It's not kalu.
Okay.
It's not anyhowness. You will see yada. They just everywhere is well structured, well systemized. Like they put things in order. You keep asking, who are these people? How do they even do this so effortlessly? They just do it like there is no fight. That's what the inner circle does for you.
That's it.
Come and see Yadas. Have you even seen Yadas? Have you seen our Yadas? Our Yadas. Very seized people. Like when I see these Yadas, I'm so happy. The way they just thank you so much for being open with us today. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for being the proof that inner circle is not just about raising your children. It is about raising yourself in the process for your children to becoming for your children to become. She said she's still a work in progress. Ma, let me tell you, this is a time for you to join the masterpiece. Become the cool. All right, ma. With that, I will let you go, ma'am. I will let you
All
have
right.
the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for we are so appreciate. We really appreciate you, my listener. Me, let me speak on behalf of my listener. Me, I myself, and my listeners. We really appreciate you. We honor you, ma, your time to share through your journey. Thank you so much, ma. Do have an amazing day. Bye. Parents, don't wait though. Yeah, I don't know if you're hearing me, you can see me. Don't wait for crisis before you invest in your growth. Parenting, it is the one core thing we are all meant for. I mean, you were brought into this world. You're still going to bring multiple generations along with you. I mean, there are so many things. You can't come and say you don't have money. Every day we have money. We see money. It depends on what you prioritize on. And learning the thing that you take inside you that nobody can take away from you, that will transcend, that will become a legacy, that will transcend along your generation, should be the one thing you should prioritize on. I don't know, can you hear me? It should be the one thing that you should circle on. Don't wait for anybody to come and tap you and say, do this thing, if you see it and you can hear it, do it. Because it will be a lift. I don't know, it will be something that will stay there. When you are there, when you are not there, it will still stay there, it still speaks for itself. And today, step in and give your children the gift of transformed you. Give your children the gift of works. Don't parent anyhowness. Parenting with sense, it works. And if you've been asking yourself, how do I stop struggling alone? Where do I find the tools to raise children differently? This is your answer today. If you've not heard Mrs. Adaeze, and I'm still telling you now, and I'm sure you can hear me, open your ear and hear me. Step in. Come and see the difference. Parents often ask, will this really work for me? The truth is, I tell you, every parent who are there to step in has walked away transformed. You can't step in and you remain the same way. It's not about perfect children. Let me tell you, you can't become right if you don't make mistakes. Oh no. I'm sharing from my own personal experience. I tell you, maybe for now, it is about you equipping yourself with the tools that actually work. Why wait for another year? Let me ask you, what is more, what more can, what, I don't know, what more can we say? The testimonies are louder. You've heard people, you've heard parents say it. What is that? What is the question? The question is, Will you keep watching? Will you keep being on the sideline? Will you keep watching other story change? Why you just become where you are? Why you just do anyhow? Why not step in today and push forward? Your child future begins with the choice you make today. With you making that decision. In 5 years to come, 5 years is even too far. In the next year to come, what kind of parent can your children say you are? And let me say this, your children will have problem. They will not come to you if you don't have the knowledge to solve that problem. Every day, people have problem. It takes one information, it takes one knowledge to solve that problem. Whatever problem it is, you can only see. Why do people go to therapists? Why do people pay to go and sit down and share their story with someone to? It's because the person have what it takes to solve the problem for them. What kind of parents will your children say you are? Are you the one that hopes it will change you? Or you are the one that is going to equip yourself for your children to change? The inner circle is just the chance for you to rewrite your story. It's just the opportunity for you to change everything. It's never too late to start changing from where you are. Start from where you are. Do not compare your journey. Come in. For just 150,000, join the inner circle today on discount. The inner circle for single parents is already 150,000, but you can join the inner circle today on discount rates for 120,000 naira for single, and for 250,000, the inner circle it is today for couple, but on discount rate. Take it while it is still open. Save yourself the stress. Join the inner circle for 200,000 for couple. What I mean by single is not you are not married or you are married. Single means if you are married but you are joining alone, then you can pay 120,000 on discount rate. Oh, tomorrow, I tell you, tomorrow is going to be 150 because that's already the price. But we are on discount. You can see it, 24 hours discount. Join the inner circle today for 120,000 as a single parent. If your spouse is not coming with you, but then if your spouse is coming with you, it is 250,000. But today, you can register for 200,000. For you and your spouse, be in the same cohort, be in the same group, learn from the same place, do the same tasks. It is a serious flex, so ask around. I mean, you've seen couple. The other day you saw Auntie Debbie and her husband. It's a serious flex. I tell you, thank you for being here with us today. Until next time, Monday, we'll see you again. But before then, be intentional, stay intentional, be rooted intentional, spread the word about my MIPJ, my intentional parenting journey. Don't keep it, don't hold information. Auntie Debbie says she learned about the Intentional Parents Academy from someone's status. Why are you holding information? All of you post about a lot of things on your status. Why not pick that link? It doesn't harm now. Bam, 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 you post it and you're back here, you're listening. Please, see you on Monday. See you, bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Fesnachi. See you all on Monday.
Common phrases in the inner circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an inner circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and they show.
CIP police is coming for you. There is no need harness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
If you are not in the yard,
why not?